back on day of giving with Dimetri Chambers, a sophomore on the men's basketball team and an all-ODAC selection. We'll ask you a little bit about the team in a moment, but first just tell us, what are some of the biggest reasons you chose Bridgewater?
Some of the biggest reasons I chose Bridgewater was I really liked the school. When I came on a visit here, I took a tour around campus. I really liked it, liked the small environment. Felt like the smaller classes would help me out a lot. And then I also like the basketball program. It's a lot of things that we have to offer here for the basketball program at Bridgewater.
So kind of recap your season with us this year. Talk about kind of the season from start to finish, and kind of where you the biggest things you're working at in the off season for next year.
We had a decent season this year. We finished 12-14. One of the main things we just kept falling short on the close games, and then we just had to figure out something to do to that. But right now we're just training, working hard for the next season, and plan on making it pretty far in the all that tournament. So that's what we're doing right now.
It definitely has been a rebuilding time for the program, but now we're completed 3 years with the new coaching staff, and I think for the first time this year, you guys had some continuity, some players who had been here. I think some people made some steps forward. You had a great freshman season, but a couple players like Dimetri Greer, Chandler Murray, I think took a step forward this year. So do you think you're finally getting that continuity, and then how do you take the next step next year?
Everybody's coming together on the team as far as just coming along, just playing their game, and we're seeing that from a lot of players, like you said, Dimetri Greer, Chandler Murray, T.J. Turner, Monty Simpkins, Josh Cannon. Everybody has a role on the team, and they're doing a pretty good job of fulfilling that role and doing what they got to do. So seeing how that takes a step forward, and we'll see where we're at next year with it.
Just recently, y'all got to go on a trip to Costa Rica. Kind of talk about what that experience was, and I don't know if this was your first time out of the country, and just talk about what it was like to go with your team to Costa Rica and kind of what y'all did.
We went to Costa Rica. We were able to go there for 9 days. We had 3 games to play international team on the international schedule. With the international rules as far as like FIBA rules and everything. So it was a pretty great experience. And then after the games, we got to go to a little resort, and then we got to just spend some time team bonding activities and stuff. And it was just a nice environment.
Talk a little bit about competing in the ODAC. It's a conference that had 2 Sweet 16 teams this year. A couple years ago, got 4 bids. It's always one of the 2 or 3 best men's basketball conferences in the country. So, how tough is that to play against some of those teams?
It actually is a very tough league. You really can't take anyone for granted. As far as you seen the last game, Randolph wasn't a high seed in the ODAC, although they were able to make it into the tournament at Salem. So you can't really take anyone for granted in this league, and you just got to go day in and day out and try to play your best.
Talk about life as a student athlete. It's a very daunting task having to go to classes, then go straight to practice and do straight to homework, and then getting the rest, and kind of trying to have loose and have a little bit of fun too. Talk about what it's like being a student athlete and kind of the impact it's made on your life.
Being a student athlete, it's pretty. It's difficult. It's not really difficult, but you kind of get the gist of it. Like student athlete, you gotta manage. It's basically just time management. I'll say that. So time management, and the better you are able to prioritize your time, the easier it'll be for you, and make sure your priorities are straight. So, because you still have time to do everything you want to do, you just gotta make sure you spend the right time doing the right thing.
And what's your plan now for majoring? You still have time. You're only a sophomore, but what are you thinking career-wise after Bridgewater?
I'm a communications major, so I want to do broadcast after something like y'all doing right here.
Well, you need to intern with us and start calling some games. We'll have to talk about that once we get off screen here.
Right.
You set yourself up good time, Jimmy. Jimmy's good people to work with.
Yes, sir.
Well, Dimetri, thank you for joining us, and good luck as you move into the off season and preparing for next year. I'm excited to see where you and the team kind of go from here, and kind of reshaping the basketball program, getting back to prominence.
Right. Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, up next here, we'll have members of the Bridgewater College softball team, Carolyn Campbell and Brooke Loudon, joining us here on Bridgewater College Day of Giving 2019.